Yeah, are you a conspiracy theorist, huh? Who thinks Dr. Fauci might be enjoying the pandemic and wants it to last forever? Well, then this clip is not going to change your mind at all. Here's Dr. Fauci addressing the World Economic Forum about when we can all return to normalcy. Anthony?
2022 actually the year that we go from pandemic to endemic?
Well, the answer is we do not know that. When I talk about the pandemic, I put it into 5 phases. The truly pandemic phase, where the whole world is really very negatively impacted, as we are right now.
The 5 stages of the pandemic. Denial. First, you deny that China did anything wrong. Anger. You're angry at me. It's personal. Whenever you ask me a question about science, you're mad at me because I am science. Then, of course, there's bargaining. We got to bargain with China and just get more stuff for me because I gave them millions. You have depression. A lot of people are depressed because I'm not president yet. And, of course, acceptance. Just accept that I am your Lord and Savior, Anthony Fauci. He says that there are 5 phases, and we're still in phase 1. That's not exactly what he said in January 2021 when he predicted a return to normalcy last fall, or last year. He said that we would be in normalcy by this spring. The goalposts keep moving, Tony. And every time they do, Dr. Fauci gets another windfall of money and fame. He has overstayed his welcome. Bye-bye. The party panel is back. Inez Stepman, Kevin Walling, and Brad Palumbo. Inez, I'm over him. Please talk me off my ledge.
I think a lot of people are over him, and this is especially ridiculous, this phase 1 thing in the pandemic, when he himself has admitted that this variant, meaning Omicron, is going to, quote, find just about everybody. So he himself has admitted that just about everybody is going to get this version. It's so contagious. But I think there's a deeper point here, which is, why is this unelected bureaucrat, why does he have so much power? Why are we all hanging off of his pronouncements? I understand that there is a role for medical expertise in managing a pandemic, but we need to be very clear about who is making the actual judgment balancing decisions that are required. Those are ultimately political decisions, and because of that, they really should rest with people who actually have to be accountable to voters, aka the president and Congress. We are 2 years into this. There is no reason for us to be operating on this emergency basis that bypasses the normal way that our system works.
No, but if it's emergency and you can bypass, that means you can grab more power. Just like it's in wartime. Shut everything down, do whatever you want, ask for more money, steal more money from taxpayers. Kevin, I don't buy that we're that early in the pandemic phases. I just don't buy it. That means there's been no change at all from 2 years ago.
Yeah, Kennedy, and the president spoke about the change from just a year ago in his press conference today in terms of the therapeutics, the vaccines, the masking, everything that, as he said, we're in a far different place than we were just a year ago when he took office, and a far different place from when the COVID hit our shores. I get it. People are frustrated. We've, Kennedy, I've been on your show now years. We've been talking about this for years. This is a serious, frustrating situation. You and I have both had breakthrough cases. We're getting exhausted by this. We're getting exhausted by Dr. Fauci's pronouncements. I get that. I think he always plays, unfortunately, to the worst case scenario in a lot of this because he wants to protect the most amount of people. But again, we have to figure out a way to get to that endemic stage that he's talking about, that control stage, where it becomes something like the flu. A lot of countries are moving in that direction. Omicron hopefully has peaked in this country. We're seeing trend lines down 30% in some major cities, even down 10% in places like Florida. That's a very, very good thing to see that hopefully in the rearview mirror. But again, we don't know what's next in terms of, we didn't see Delta coming, we didn't see Omicron coming, but hopefully this is the last variant because,
of course,
just like
we didn't, because
I'm
it's an engineered
frustrated.
virus. You can't see anything coming. All right, so
well, there's a lot of questions about that we're in agreement too on, Kennedy.
Oh yeah. So Brad, if this is phase 1, what does phase 2 look like?
Well, I have to say that actually this really made me roll my eyes when I saw it, but it's not as bad as I thought at first glance what he said, because phase 2 that he identifies is when it becomes endemic and we live with it. And phase 5 is like it's completely eradicated. So phase 2 is actually the end of the pandemic, really what most people consider. But it's still crazy to me that he doesn't think we're there yet. I mean, we have vaccines for anybody who wants them. I took them, you took them. At that point, go and live your life. Everybody can make their own decisions. There really is no pandemic emergency anymore. But you are right about Dr. Fauci. He has every incentive as a government bureaucrat to prolong the emergency in people's minds, because during the emergency, his power and his expertise is inflated in more demand. And I mean, why ever let the punch bowl run dry? If you're Dr. Fauci or you work in the government, an emergency is your Christmas, and why not have Christmas forever if you can't try?
Yeah, keep filling that punch bowl up with Kool-Aid. Hack, not you, him, the Beagle Killer.